Hey guys, how are you doing? My name is Elizabeth. Welcome to the most commonly mispronounced words in the English language. Number one, basically every word that has a U in it. Here's what I mean. When these two letters come together, they make a sound aw. So it's not ow, it's not o or anything else. Even though there are two letters, but they make one sound aw. Here are some examples. This word will be pronounced as audio. So it's not audio, it's not audio, it's audio. Another example is audience. Another example is automatic and sauce. So it's not sauce, it's not sauce, right? It's sauce. And another example that can be very challenging to pronounce is dinosaur. So it's not dinosaur, it's not dinosaur, it's dinosaur. So just keep in mind, whenever you see A and U together, it means that they make a sound aw in any word. Here's another group of words that is very commonly mispronounced. So when you have a word that has the letter D in it, but instead of saying D, we actually make a sound J. Here's what I'm talking about. This word a lot of people would pronounce as during, which will not sound very natural because native speakers would say during. So just imagine that instead of D, you have the letter J, right? So that would sound like during the conversation, during the day. Another great example is this word. This word is commonly mispronounced and misspelled because, let's face it, it is a complicated word. So here's how you spell it. Even though it has CH, it is pronounced as K sound. So you say schedule, not schedule. And again, the letter D is pronounced as a J sound. So the right way to say this word is schedule. Schedule. Another example is graduated. So if you want to say that you graduated from that university, you don't want to say graduated. You want to say graduated. So here is just important to remember that the letter D makes the sound J. Number three, here we have every word that finishes with the letter R. Now, I know that this letter, this sound, is one of the most challenging sounds in the English language. But here's what I suggest. First of all, you know how the sound is different in American English and British English. So first you gotta choose which one you prefer. If it is British English, so I have very good news for you. You don't have to make that sound because in general British people, they don't make the sound R in the end. Now there are some accents in British English where they actually make this sound and it sounds somehow different and everything, but when we're talking about the most common way to pronounce it in the British English, they just don't pronounce it. Alright, so let's take a simple word, car. So instead of saying the R as it is in your language, for example, if it's Russian, Spanish, or Hindi, that would be car. So instead of saying that, just say car. So that's something like British people would say. Now, I'm not an expert in British English. My mouth is just not capable of pronouncing that, of producing those sounds, but it would sound something like car. So basically it's just a long ah sound. Now let's go to the American English. Here I can tell you a little more. If you will decide to sound like an American, here you will have to work on it a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot, because you would have to produce, you'll have to make a sound If you can't do that, first just do the way they do in the British English. That would be better. So if you can't say car it's better to just say ka and cut that sound off. Also, another thing is when you have a word that ends with ER. So, especially for Russian people, it's difficult to do that because they think that it's pronounced something like teacher or teacher or speaker. So they pronounce it as or or something like this. So again, if you're trying to sound like an American person, you would say teacher. So basically you go from ch to r directly. So you don't say air. You just say teacher, same speaker. If you're trying to sound like a British person, again, there everything is easy. You just have to say teacher, speaker, something like that. Now again, I'm not capable of making those sounds, so don't judge me, but I hope you got my point. And here are some bonus words that don't really fit into any category, but they're very often mispronounced. For example, this word right here. So a lot of people would say that it's visa, which is incorrect. The right way to say it is visa, and it's kind of weird because when you say I want to visit, voiced z sound. But when you say I need a visa to visit, in the word visa, you will make an unvoiced s sound. This word is probably challenging just because of the way it is spelled, right? So the right way to say this word is psychology, even though it has the letter P in it, but it's absolutely silent. You don't need to say psychology, as it kind of sounds like the Russian word. But anyway, so the right way to say it is psychology. So that's all for today. Let me know if this was useful for you. Leave a comment below. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to make a lot of videos like this. And see you soon, guys. Bye.